I am Malhar Kalambe and I am a 22-year-old environmentalist from Mumbai. When I realized how dirty the Dadar beach and the Meethi river was, I made it my mission to clean away all the trash, no matter how long it took. Over the few years, I've cleaned up 3,500 tons of garbage from the city's coastline. As humans, it is our job to protect our home, but instead, we have polluted it. I have made it my mission to restore the natural beauty of Mother Earth as much as I can.
The name of your team is pretty catchy. What is it again?
It's Beach Please.
How did you come with this catchy name?
Beach Please is a youth community working towards tackling marine pollution. So we are a community by the youth for the youth. So I wanted a name that would be something that people should really think about. So when you hear about Beach Please, that makes you really curious about it. So I wanted something that would really go with the youth, that would really motivate them. So hence Beach Please.
Can you tell me how much garbage have you collected and disposed till now?
In the last 119 weeks, we have cleaned I think around 3,500 tons of garbage. We've engaged close to 40,000 citizens through our initiative.
How would you describe the current state of Mumbai beaches?
I think Mumbai has been known for its beaches, for its coastline. We have got some pretty long and beautiful beaches, but due to ignorance, there's a lot of accumulation of waste on the beaches. It's been 2 years now we've been doing the cleanups. If you see, there's a lot of difference, not only at the beaches that we've been doing, but at multiple beaches. So there is an improvement in the situation of the beaches, but I think there is a lot to be done yet.
Where exactly is the garbage problem the worst in Mumbai?
The waste coming to Dadar, Prabhadevi or Mahim beach is through a river called the Meethi river. Now the Meethi river is very essential for Mumbai. It's an 18-kilometer long river. The waste that we dump into the river gets clogged into the drainage system and we have floods. So I think the Meethi river is the major source of the garbage. If we clean this river, I don't think we need to clean any beaches in Mumbai.
Who exactly is responsible for disposing all these waste that is created?
So it comes under the Municipal Corporation of Greater Mumbai, who is the municipal authority of Mumbai. I think it is the richest municipal body in Asia. The problem here is in a city like Mumbai, where the population is around 2 crores and there are approximately 15 to 20 lakh employees, municipal corporation employees taking care of the city. You do the math, it's inadequate. What that means is you cannot completely rely on the municipal authority to take care of the city or your waste. We need to do it ourselves. We need to do it with the help of the municipal authority. I think when citizen participation increases with the authorities, we can have a difference.
Do you see a difference between what the beaches used to look 2 years back and now?
Definitely, there has been a drastic change in the scenario. If you look at the Dadar beach, you couldn't see the sand at Dadar beach. It was accumulated with plastic waste. Since we started it, due to the regular efforts that we've been putting it, the municipal authority had to put in more efforts, looking that the citizens are doing something. That made a change, and after 2 years you go down to the beach, it looks pretty clean now. The water of this river was potable. People used to drink the water from this river a couple of decades back. But due to industrialization on the banks of the Meethi river, due to irresponsible disposing of the waste into the river, I think the Meethi has turned out to be a sewage line more than a river now. If you look at the color of the Meethi river, it's completely black. There are parasites in it. There's not only solid waste, but there's liquid waste in it, which needs to be treated.
Where is this liquid waste coming from?
The Meethi river has industries on its banks. So what these industries do, that they dump their waste directly into the river, which is a major source of the waste that comes in. I think that needs to be stopped. There are a lot of slums around the Meethi river. We need to sensitize the people staying in these communities that they need to take care of their waste, provide them with some solutions, and I think we can have some change.
So where are we right now?
So we are at the bank of Meethe River. This place is called the Mahim Creek. So I think we have around 60-70 volunteers today. They have come from multiple colleges, I think. So these college students come every weekend for the cleanup drives to help us with the cleanups.
So what kind of equipments do you need while you are cleaning?
So basically our cleanups are mostly manually. We use our hands, we prefer using our hands, but there are some tools that we use like axe, we use hand picks, we use some buckets that you usually require for a cleanup.
And where do you get these things from?
The entire campaign is basically been funded by my team and me. We chip in money from our own pocket monies and get these tools for the cleanups. So basically our cleanup drives are free of any cost.
You know, I also participate in this, and you give me an idea of how to do it.
Definitely, we should do it. Take out anything and everything that you can get from the ground.
Okay.
Make sure now you find a lot of milk pouches here like this. And
Yeah, this is a
bags.
milk pouch.
Yeah. So what you make sure that you tear these bags, take out the sand, and then you put it in this basket. So the sand is very precious. You know, it takes years and years for sand to form.
So I see we have been cleaning it from quite a long. Do you think you'll be able to finish this today?
I don't think so we'll be able to finish this today. It's a long process. It's going to take us days, months, or maybe even years. If you look around the Meethe River right now, it looks pretty clean, right, from what it was last year. It is a continuous efforts that we need to have to put for a long time. As citizens, we are all responsible for it. And I think we need to take up the ownership as if this is my home, this is my land, I am going to make it clean. It's not just the state government or the authorities that need to do it. It's us who need to do it.
So, but apart from cleaning this garbage every time you come here, what do you think are the other measures that you can take?
I think two basic things that we can do on individual level is first thing is stop using single-use plastic, which is very important. Second thing is start segregating our waste and recycling it. I think if we start segregating and recycling our waste, 50 to 60% of the problem gets solved. Yeah. So we won't have so much plastic on the riverbed and ocean beds, you know.
How do you relocate them? Where do you dump them?
So all the waste that we collect, the municipal corporation comes in and takes it away. If you look around the waste, it has everything in it. Plastic, non-plastic. Plastic has different categories into it. So it is not practically possible for us to segregate the waste, send it for recycling. It's not even economical. So the best thing right now what we can do is send it to the landfills. But a major focus of a campaign is on sensitizing the communities so they don't pollute the river in the first place, so we don't have to collect all this waste.
When did you join Beach Please?
I've been with Beach Please from week 1. So Malhar basically is my school friend, and he pitched us an idea about cleaning a beach. We initially thought we'll just clean it once and it will be clean forever. That wasn't the case actually. Yeah. And we just kept coming back again the week, and we kept cleaning and we kept growing.
So what was your initial reaction to this idea of Beach Please when Malhar pitched you into it?
It's kind of weirdly satisfying actually, because staying at home doesn't do anything. We need to step out of the house and take action into our own hands. And plastic is a huge issue in the whole world, and it's important to everyone that we come out and we do our stuff.
When you came here for the first time and stood on the beach, what did you feel at that time?
When I saw the shore, that really somewhere deep down me made me think that why is there so much waste on our shores? The place was really stinking. It was no less than a landfill. There's a layer of, I think, 2 feet of plastic waste. We couldn't even see the sand then.
How often do you come to clean the beaches?
We have cleanups on every weekend, every Saturday and Sunday. We do 2 cleanups at Dadar Beach every month, and the rest of the cleanups are at the Meethe River.
Okay, and how many people approximately turn up for the cleanups?
So for Dadar Beach, the turnout is huge. We have around 100-150 volunteers turning up for every cleanup drive. But for the Meethe River, it's around 40 to 50 people turning up.
So when you started this initiative, what was your first goal?
Initially, I had no plans about Beach Please. I had no idea about how do you do cleanups, how do you take this forward, no idea at all. The only thing that I had in mind was the beach is dirty, just make it clean. That was the only idea.
So now do you have a goal which you can look up to right now?
There's a study which says that out of the total waste that gets into the ocean, 5% comes back to the beach, 1% floats in the water, and the 94% goes down to the ocean bed. So the ultimate aim of Beach Please is to clean our oceans and the ocean bed. I know it's going to take us years, it's going to take a lot of efforts, but I think one day we'll definitely do it.
Why is it so important for you to do this?
I was just walking on the beach at Dadar, and the state in which I saw the beach was really disturbing for me. That really made me think hard, you know, that why is there a difference between the beaches in Mumbai and beaches abroad? I went back home, I was having a conversation with my mother, and basically she was the one who really insisted me that, you know, if you think there's a problem, just try finding a solution, you know, just stop complaining and cribbing about it. She just said that if you think the beach isn't clean, just go and clean it. It was that simple. That was something that really motivated me to do a cleanup. So I planned of doing a cleanup. I wanted somebody to come and join me for the cleanup. So I called up my school friends, I told them about the plan, which they happily approved of.
Through this entire venture of yours, who do you want to impact the most?
I think it's myself. I want a better life for myself. I want a clean beach for myself. I want a better river for myself. Being frank, I'm being very selfish about myself. I'm being selfish. I'm doing it for myself. I'm not doing it for anybody. It's because I love what I'm doing. Second thing is because I want it to be clean. I cannot rely on somebody else to make it clean.
Throughout your journey of 2 years, what was the proudest moment for you?
Every day is a proud moment for me. Every day coming in for the cleanup drive, seeing that people are believing in what you think, people coming and supporting you for your initiative. I think that's something really makes me happy and proud. But apart from that, I think when I got the UN award, people thought that that would be the proudest moment in my life. But being very open about it, a couple of months back, my Instagram account got verified. And I think that is the proudest moment for me.
What do you think does it say about the youth of India and the future of environmentalism in India?
I think India being a young country, we have a lot of youth in this nation. And one thing I've noticed through my experience that a lot of people want to do something for this nation or for the environment. The problem is the first step. They don't have a platform. People want to do something for the environment, what to do, how to do is the question. So I think Beach Please is not only providing them a platform, they're training them to be the eco warriors. We want somebody to take the legacy forward. We want people to replicate this in different locations. Apart from that, you know, India being the largest democracy, we often talk about our rights when it comes about democracy. Our constitution gives us certain rights, but we often forget about the duties that it comes with. The duty to protect the environment, the duty to be responsible citizens. We often forget that. We need to keep this thing in mind. If there are rights, there are duties as well.
Yes.
We need to be responsible.
What kind of message would you like to give to the viewers who are watching this, especially the young ones who want to be a part of such kind of drives, but they do not know how to go about?
I think a handful of people cannot change the scenario. More people should come and join us, or at least do something in their respective locations. I think if you feel for something, just go about it. Sometimes over-planning, overthinking spoils the game. If you think the beach isn't clean, go and clean it. If you think there aren't enough trees in the city, just go and plant a few. It's that simple. It's always the instincts that take you forward. If you feel for something, just do it. If you think what we are doing matters, you can come and join us for our cleanup drives. If you can't make it physically, you can donate us too. Thank you.